All right, everybody. I've been waiting a really long time for this. It took me some time to make the decision, but I finally pulled the trigger. And, well, I want to let you know what I think. Was it worth my time? You know what I'm talking about? Apollo. Let's get into it. All right, first let me say, for quite some time, I've been utilizing a MBox 3 as my main audio interface. Prior to that, I had the M Audio Delta 1010 as my main interface for years. I specifically went to the MBox 3 because I wanted to be able to run Pro Tools on my PC. Oddly enough, I had this MBox since 2012. So let's say 8 years now I've had it. And I just did a check how many Pro Tools sessions I had actually initiated on this computer, and it was less than 40. So less than 40 in 8 years. So just to show you just how infrequently I was using Pro Tools. What happened was the same time I got my MBox, I bought the machine, and I found I could do so much in machine that I never used Pro Tools. It was just not convenient enough for me to want to use it. Fast forward, 7 years, I got Studio One 4 Pro last year, and I pretty much have stopped using machine in standalone mode. I only run it as a VST in Studio One, so that's neither here nor there. Today is about making the change, upgrading to a new interface. Why did I want to upgrade? I was concerned about the mic pre's. I wanted to have pristine mic pre's. I wanted to make sure I had professional D to A and A to D conversion. And so looking at a few, and Universal Audio keeps coming up. Obviously we see a lot of producers utilizing the Apollo Duo Twin or the Quad in their studios, and I don't do so much with inputs, and I feel so comfortable with the Waves plugins. I really didn't feel like I was going to need all the processing power of a Duo or a Quad. So the Solo seemed like a great entry point. It's only $4.99. This USB version is for PC only, and yeah, it's a great way to get into the Universal Audio family of the Apollo line of interfaces. Really cheap price point. So I slid the top box off. I've already opened this. Inside this nice little case is this device here. Is the actual Apollo device, which I hooked up. It feels like steel construction. It's very well made. But let me tell you about what's really important about the Apollo Solo. I unplugged my MBox. I installed the drivers. I did everything I needed for the Apollo, and then I plugged my studio monitors into the Apollo Solo. See, I'm tripping over my words. That's how exciting this is. I plugged my studio monitors, my Mackie HR824s, 824s, into the Apollo, and it was like another dimension of sound opened up. I've never looked at the MBox as a poor audio interface. I still think it's decent. I'll probably use it for other applications. But there actually was an audible difference swapping from the MBox over to the Apollo Solo, which was not what I expected. I expected my mic pre's to be better. I was not expecting that just playing music, previous tracks, or even music from the internet, just A-Bing them from the Apollo to the MBox, that I would find a dramatic difference. And it was an audible difference. The highs are definitely more clear and more present utilizing the Apollo Solo. So now if you're a PC user and you are looking for a new interface, and $500 is in range for you. If you're really just doing vocals, you're not doing a lot of instruments at one time, you can manage just 2 inputs, I would suggest you go with this Apollo Solo. I would also suggest to you, buy it from Sweetwater, okay? Now I'm gonna say something to you. I don't get paid from Sweetwater. I don't have any deals with them. You know, I've never gotten a discount on my equipment from Sweetwater, but I switched from AMS to Zounds, and from Zounds to Sweetwater, and I purchased from Sweetwater specifically because just about every item on there gets an additional extended warranty through Sweetwater when you purchase it through them. And I worked in music store retail sales. If you've ever had to buy equipment from a retail store, a Sam Mash, a Guitar Center, you know, anything of the like, you know, the extended warranty is something that they quickly attempt to sell you on, right? Because things go bad, right? And that's really just cash money for you know, a Guitar Center or Sam Mash salesperson. You know, it definitely helps their bottom line. Sweetwater includes that in almost every purchase, is getting an additional 2-year warranty. So that's number one. Number two is that they have the best tech support of any of these any of the retail outlets, so you can count on Sweetwater tech support. And number three, and it's definitely not the least, is that the salespeople there are awesome. My personal sales rep, Jeff Rofling, is probably like, I mean, this guy's just awesome sauce. Also, if you purchase the Apollo Solo through Sweetwater, you're not just going to get this unit, but you'll also get a USB cable, which does not come in the box. So if you start checking reviews, you will see people complain about the fact that this is missing from the box. All right, if you get it through Sweetwater, they will throw one of these into the box for you. Again, go ahead, you can hit up my Sweetwater sales engineer, Jeff Rofling. I'll give you his name is spelled Jeff, his last name Rohlfing. Okay, when you reach out to Jeff, let him know that Andrew Cox sent you, all right? And he'll hook you up. I have another business, and I send all my clients to him. Whenever I don't want to float, you know, invoices through my business, I have them purchased direct through Sweetwater, and Jeff always does a great job. Now, I told you about the unit in terms of the sound that I got immediately. Let me talk to you about the preamps. The Unison preamps are awesome, and I immediately went and got, you know, I think during the first 30 days they give you 50% off on all of their plugins, and I chose to get the Avalon 737, you know, VT 737 plugin. You know, it's a piece of hardware that all of us kind of aspire to. It's slightly out of budget for me right now. You know, it's $3 grand. It's one of those things that keeps increasing in value over time. You know, I believe about 15 years ago, it was a little bit less than $3 grand. It is $3,000 now if you purchase it new. But the plugin is a tenth of that, and I got it half off of that price by utilizing the sale after registration. I have tried the Unison plugin, definitely awesome. At a later time, I'm going to shoot a video for you guys to be able to hear the difference. But I will tell you, night and day, it really didn't take much time for me to realize that, you know what, this is a great purchase. It's definitely changing how I'm hearing my music, how my what my mic captures is being fed into my DAW. So if you're already comfortable with other plugins, right, you probably can get away with the Solo, right? You only have one Shark chip in here, so you're not going to be able to run 50 instances of plugins, especially not if you have your Unison plugin running at the same time. That won't be the case. But if you just want to, you know, put a Unison preamp on your microphone recording in, and then when you're mixing, you want to utilize some of the plugins here, I think you're going to be completely fine with that. I think you'll do just fine. I will let you know it is October right now. If you purchase from Sweetwater this month, they have all the UAD hardware is selling in, what is it, 36 months of payments, right? If you have the Sweetwater card, 36 month, no interest payment plan. So, you know, if you're somebody who has a Sweetwater card, it'd be, you know, could be a good look for you. I kind of wish I knew that before I purchased mine last month, but in any case, it might be a good look for you guys. It's running the entire month of October. They also have some deals on some UAD plugins. So, what do I think about this unit? The only thing that I do not like about it is that it does run warm, okay? It does get warm. You go online, you know, the engineers, product specialists from UAD will admittedly tell you that this unit does get warm. And by warm, I mean hot. It won't burn you, but it's definitely warm to touch. Kind of odd to have that much heat sitting on top of my desktop. I'm not completely mad at it. I just wish that wasn't the case. But I also know that that lets me know that it's doing more than the average unit, right? It gets warm, but that's about it. Outside of that, I have zero complaints, zero. I think this unit is awesome. I can't wait for you guys to hear some of the music that I'm making with it. And that's that, right? If you have any questions, comments, if you want some more info about the unit from just another user, feel free to go down in the comments and put that info there. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and as always, crescendo. One love, call that rapper.